Hey guys, it's Alaina with The Organized Money and welcome back to my channel. Last week I was meeting with a client and we were discussing the different ways that her and her husband can communicate when it comes down to money. The majority of successful couples have one thing in common, and that is effective communication. So being open and honest with your partner builds trust and builds a stronger relationship. And although money topics are very difficult to discuss at times, it is ultimately necessary in order to build a successful relationship. So today I wanted to talk about 6 money topics that every couple should discuss. The first topic is if you're going to have a joint or separate bank accounts. Traditionally speaking, most couples do merge their bank accounts if they're considering going long term. By merging your bank accounts, it becomes a little bit easier to manage both the paychecks, to decide how you're going to pay bills, and when tax refunds come in, it's easy when you're filing jointly. Now, there are some reasons that some couples may decide to keep their accounts separate. For example, if one spouse ends up wastefully spending money while the other is pretty conservative, it might be easier to keep the accounts separate to keep peace in the home. However, if you're able to set boundaries and discuss major expenses in advance, having one account can be very beneficial. In the end, you gotta do what works best for you, but you definitely need to talk about it. The second topic that every couple should discuss is paying bills. If a couple decides to merge their monthly bills together, then the task of managing all of those bills can be a bit overwhelming at first. So you and your partner really need to sit down and go through the bills one by one so that you can make sure every bill is accounted for and the due date is marked down correctly. Even if one person is responsible for paying all of the bills, it is important that you sit down as a couple and discuss whose income is paying what. That way both partners are clear on where the money is going and how their income is impacting the household finances. The third topic that every couple should discuss is debt. This one is really important. I cannot tell you how many times I have met with a client who have fallen in love with someone but did not understand how much debt they had on their hands. From auto loans to credit cards, it is important that each partner is very transparent when it comes to talking about how much debt they have. This one can be a very difficult conversation to have, especially if one partner has way more debt than the other. But avoiding the topic can be way more harmful in the long run. The most sensible approach to tackling debt is to combine your debt into one long list and then decide on how you're going to pay it off together. There are different ways that you could pay off debt, and I have a video coming up next week that's going to discuss all of the different strategies. So make sure that you are subscribed and you stay tuned for that one. The fourth topic that every couple should discuss is how they budget their money. Bad money habits can cause a really big divide in couples that could be avoided if a budget was in place. So it is very important that you and your partner discuss how you budget money. It is also important to discuss what's your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to spending money. Each partner brings their own strengths to the relationship, so it's best that you come up with your budget tricks and tips together. So as you know, I am a big paper budgeter. I have a bunch of videos on budgeting in my planner. However, my husband likes his budget electronic. So we do have an electronic version of our home budget. When we do our meetings together, I am looking at the electronic version, and then when I am looking at our budget, I usually transfer it to my planner. Once you and your partner can sit down, then y'all can discuss different options and try different things out to see what works best for you. The fifth topic that every couple should discuss is children. Now, raising children may not be a traditional money topic. However, it does warrant a discussion. In 2013, the average cost of raising a child was about $245,000. Now, this total just considers going up until the age of 18 and does not even include if that child decides to go to college and the higher education costs that may come along with that. Just knowing how you decide to raise your children, how much money you decide to give them for toys and other expenses or experiences will play a big factor on how you plan with your money. Making early decisions like putting aside money for a college fund could make a huge impact on your budget in the future. So discussing topics like how many children you plan on having and how much money you would like to have set aside for each child is a very big money decision, and you definitely should sit down and talk it over with your partner. And last but not least, the topic that you should be discussing with your partner is retirement. About 40% of millennials have not started saving for retirement and have not even discussed with their partner at what age they are planning to retire. With that said, you definitely want to have these discussions with your partner very early. What age do you want to retire? How much money do you have to set aside each month for retirement? If neither of you fully understands how to plan for retirement, this might be a time to get a financial planner involved to make sure that you are setting aside the right amount of money. This professional could also help you set goals and offer suggestions that you may have not even considered before. Whatever path you choose, you just want to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page when it comes to retirement. Just a reminder that with all of these 6 discussions that you want to keep an open mind. You may have to endure some tough conversations, but finding harmony with your money management is possible if you are patient and understanding. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you have any topics that you have discussed with your partner that you feel are vital to money management, make sure that you leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and organize your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Until next time, guys, bye.